Hello, I'm Dr. Alan Daws with the Paulding County School District, and I'm here today to tell you about college scholarships in 10 minutes or less. Let's get to it. All right, first steps, we need to start looking at scholarships early, okay? So we're really talking freshman, sophomore, junior year. We don't want to wait until the last minute of our senior year to start looking at the scholarships that we want to apply for, okay? And really when you're looking at scholarships, we really need to take care of what we can control first, right? What can we control? We can control our grades, our student behavior, our attendance, getting your student in that good situation will make more scholarships available to your student. And then the third thing we need to do is we need to have the right approach. We need to have the right idea about what are we talking about when we're looking at scholarships. This is a research project that will take time and effort. Okay, this is free money. So we can't expect to get, free things with no effort, right? We've got to put in a little bit of effort in the time to research these scholarships. So let's talk about a general timeline for scholarships. The scholarships windows really vary depending on the scholarships. The larger national-based scholarships are going to be mostly fall applications, and then the local scholarships will be mostly in spring applications. Now the Hope Scholarship window, which we have another video about the Hope Scholarship, but the Hope Scholarship window is really a 9th to 12th grade window. From the moment you step into a high school, your student is starting to get grades on their transcript. And every grade that goes on a transcript for 9th through 12th grade could impact your Hope Scholarship. So really that Hope Scholarship window is considered the entire time that you're in high school, but for the other ones that you're specifically applying for, that's going to be for a fall application, again for the national ones, or a spring application for the local scholarships. So let's start with the basics. So we really want to start with filling out the FAFSA. This is done in the fall of your senior year. Okay? This stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. And completing this is a requirement to receive Hope Scholarship money or other grants such as the Pell Grant, which is a significant amount of money for students in those lower income brackets. For example, you can get up to $7,000 a year with a Pell Grant. So it's a substantial amount of money, and all of that comes from completing the FAFSA. Okay? Now for the Hope and Zell Miller Scholarship, again, we have another video covering Hope and Zell Miller scholarships. Those are going to be driven from the FAFSA and from your high school transcripts. Now, Hope and Zell Miller only cover tuition, so no housing costs or anything like that. But with that tuition, it's a substantial amount of money, but it does vary per school. So for example, the amount that is given to go to Kennesaw State will be slightly different from the amount that is given to, let's say, the University of Georgia. So that's something to consider as well. If you're looking to find local scholarships, now your high school counselor is a great place to start with, but another great place is our Paulding Education Foundation website. Okay, this is a fantastic resource where students can fill out one application that will apply to dozens of local scholarships. So if you go to the Paulding Education Foundation website, you can go on the click to apply button, and you'll be able to see all of the scholarships that you'll have you'll have access to. As far as the amounts go, it does vary. So these can be $500 scholarships, they could be $1,000 scholarships. It really depends on the different scholarships that are offered. For best resources for scholarships, so again, your school counselor, the school's counseling website, the Paulding Education Foundation website, and then also going to the colleges that you plan to apply for. They may have individual scholarships as well there. And then you can always go to Google. There are many good scholarship websites out there. Here's a list one from Forbes, one from Business Insider over the last couple of years. And these really are great resources. However, keep in mind, some of these will have fees, so you may be asked to pay for a small fee, to become part of one of these organizations or to get the word out. But these are good things to research in the process when you're looking for scholarships. For letters of recommendation, oftentimes scholarships will require letters of recommendation. If this is needed for your student, they need to start early. They need to ask their counselor, ask their teachers early on for letters of recommendation. My suggestion would be to have a list of accomplishments typed up so that they can give to the counselor or to the teacher. This will help them write their letter of recommendation. I would always make the request in person. Ask the teacher, ask the counselor in person to write this letter of recommendation. And then after that, they can follow up in writing if they will. And I make sure I'd save those letters of recommendation for future scholarships, as you could get one letter of recommendation that applies to multiple scholarships. And then finally, I always recommend writing a thank you note for those that write you a letter of recommendation. It's a big task for our counselors and our teachers to do this, so I definitely recommend doing that. For the letter of recommendations, I would not get upset if somebody says no. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes people get busy. I would make sure I would not be vague about the details. I'd be very specific on what you want them to promote, whether it's your academic record, your clubs and your sports. Maybe you have outside interests. Maybe it's church or volunteering, something along those lines. Make sure you outline what you want addressed. Make sure that you do not provide false information. Obviously, everything you write to them must be true. And a lot of college scholarships will request 1 to 3 letters of recommendation. Do not just ask 1 to 3 people. Ask more people than you need, right? So don't do the bare minimum. Make sure you're getting a wide variety of people writing these letters of recommendation, because that's going to benefit you moving forward. And finally, don't be shy about this. Don't hesitate to ask. That's going to be an important step, getting those letters of recommendation. So my final advice for scholarships: start early, complete your FAFSA, focus on you, seek scholarships that apply to you. Think of your interests, things that you've accomplished over the years, and try to find scholarships that meet that need or meet your interests. Check your prospective school's website, call their financial aid office, do the legwork. Okay, remember, this is a research project that will take time and effort, so it's important to understand that. And then finally, watch out for scams. You wouldn't believe it, but this is a common thing nowadays. Avoid anything that is guaranteed. Avoid anything that may require a Social Security number or large exorbitant fees up front. That would be something that I would steer clear of. Thank you so much for your time. I'm Dr. Alan Daws, and that was Scholarships in 10 Minutes or Less.